Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and furthermore, welcome back to yet another exciting figure review. My name is the Prince of FNAF, and tonight we're going to be taking a look at the Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Security Breach Ruined Roxy collectible action figure. I saw these in the store, and these are by far some of the best figures that Funko has put out for the Five Nights at Freddy's line. Even the Funko Pops were pretty good. You can see Ruined Roxy in there looking so good. Like, she looks awesome. It's way better than the Roxy they gave us when they did the main Security Breach figures. You spin that around, and you can see the three figures in the set: Ruined Chica, Ruined Roxy, and Eclipse. And they look really cool, and they've got this kind of purple glitchy effect, kind of resembles looking through the Vanny network, like how Cassie does during the events of Security Breach Ruin, which I think is a cool direction to go with the packaging for these figures, which is super banger, super fire, super poggers, as the kids would say nowadays. So without further ado, I'm going to get Ruined Roxy opened up, and we'll take a closer look at her. Don't go away, there's more review to be had. Alright, here is Ruined Roxy out of the packaging. And this is by far one of the best Five Nights at Freddy's figures I've seen since the first two waves of the originals and the Nightmares. So the FNAF 1 crew and the FNAF 4 crew. This is the best looking figure I've seen since those figures came out. Look at how cool she looks! Look how, like, withered she is! Like you got the freaking, like, mask here, and you got, like, the beat-up freaking head with, like, the little bits of her mane she has left. She's got, like, this freaking endoskeleton tail with, like, the... Wait, is it articulated? It rotates! Okay, I gotta find out what other bells and whistles are hidden here, but, like, just turning the figure around so you can see that here. All that good detail that they... make it a little more centered here. All that good detail that they gave this Ruined Roxy figure. I love it so much. This is so unbelievably good. Like, the detail on this thing. Like, the face. Look at that face. Like, you can see all the the freaking cracks and the dirty freaking animatronic shells. All the hair is all matted and gross looking. You can see, like, her skeleton here. Like, you can see smashed parts of her animatronic shell. Her claws are nice and visible here. Endoskeleton parts there. Like, there's this whole arm here is an endoskeleton arm with, like, missing fingers. Like, oh, it's so good. It's got, like, the dirty effects too. Like, this is so good. And I feel like, yes, we do have to do a comparison here between this new figure of the Ruined Roxanne Wolf compared to the original Roxanne Wolf. And you can just see how good these figures are. So here's the Ruined version. Off to the side here, we do have the original fixed Roxy. Now, again, I know this is such a bad figure. It doesn't even look like Roxy from the games. It's like just the toy Foxy head, heavily modified on a new body. I mean, this figure would have looked really good. This figure would have looked great if they had just made the head look right. This figure is a whole new ballpark. It's not just a bad head design. This whole figure itself, completely accurate to how the character appears in the game, or nearly there, and Then you got this one that looked really bad. But yeah, there is the two Roxy and Wolves there, looking really cool. Like, they need to re-release the security breach figures with better sculpts. But like, my gosh, the freaking Roxy looks so unbelievably good. Why am I just reviewing these figures now? Oh, for articulation, she does have. Or I thought it looks like she does. Oh no, I guess not. Oh, the ball joint, I think it's just really tight. Oh, that's so tight. She can do the Exorcist, but it's really scary. Her head can move up and down, and of course you just saw that she can do the Exorcist. Her arms can rotate all the way around. This is something that we know from the other figures that they've released over the years. Arms move back and forth and all the way around because they're on ball joints. Something really cool. Hands swivel, so you can have those angled however you want. Again, the same on this arm, moves back and forth and all around, and then the arm can rotate and you angle that however you want. Legs can move up that far, or even higher. You can have her doing this if you want. Have her holding her legs like that. I'm sorry. I really am. Okay, I'm sorry. So you can have her legs kick up that far. Knees go down pretty good, and they swivel from side to side, but the joints get in the way. Does she have? Oh, she does. Okay, so she has a rotation there at the feet. So that's a lot of articulation. It goes up, goes back that far, leg moves down, moves all the way around on the foot here. This is the foot that still has the casing on it. Same goes for this side. Up that far, back that far, up and down movement. Does the endoskeleton foot do it too? No! Not only did they give us it on the foot that still had the covering, they gave it to us on the endoskeleton foot? No way! And I think, as I was messing around with this, it does have a rotation here in the hips. That's really cool. And on top of that, as I was opening this thing, getting it out of the packaging, I also noticed that, I'm just trying to get into like a really cool pose that, you know, this character would be in, kind of walking around looking for Gregory and Cassie. She also has a ball-jointed tail. You can see that. That is rotating. And I think it moves up and down a little bit, but for the most part, it just rotates. The fact that they gave us the option to have her tail even rotate. I know I sound like a psychopath right now, but it's been a while since we had really good FNAF figures. Look at this thing. I love it so much. Anyway, I guess we should lead into some size comparisons. First up for comparison, obviously, here is a look once again at the two Roxy figures, the new ruined version, which looks so much better. It puts the old version to shame. You can see fixed Roxy and ruined Roxy, and they look so cool, or at least the new one does. I actually kind of like how these two look displayed next to one another. You can kind of grasp what was the original figure, which wasn't that good, next to the new one, which is basically the same character but broken down and somehow looks a lot better than what came before. I'm sorry. I just keep gushing over this new Roxy figure. Here is ruined Roxy next to Scrap Baby. Ruined Roxy next to Jack-O-Lantern Bonnie. Ruined Roxy next to Dreadbear. And finally, here is Ruined Roxy next to Vanessa Furry, otherwise known as Vanny. This figure is absolutely amazing. There are still things I'm picking up on this thing. On top of like the withering and the damage, you can see here on the endoskeleton foot, the tip of the claw is broken off. Like, that's just such good detail. Like, obviously this part's all battered and beaten up. Like, there's like a live wire on the tip of her tail from like where it broke off from the body. just such good. I wish her claws were sharper, but I can see why they're not. I mean, these figures are, after all, aimed towards children. So you're not wanting them to have like super sharp claws. Um, but oh yeah, that is good. Oh, Funko, why did you wait until you lost the FNAF master license to create really good figures? I mean, even the Funko Pops that they're releasing to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's are really good. Like, why? Why did you wait until the last year that you had the master license to produce some of the best figures and merch? Uh, but I love this thing so much. Like, it's so unbelievably good. Like, I can't stop talking about it. I like the hair, the freaking green hair pronoun stuff. Oh yeah, green hair and pronouns. Oh, oh, I love it so much. Like, I'm gonna nut, literally. Ultimately, I think this is an awesome figure. It's gonna be at home in the collection. I love this thing. The withering is good. The detail is good. Like, I think there's even some like dirtying up on these figures too. Like, it's not just like clean, like squeaky clean, like the old version of Roxy is. And even that old version of Roxy had like some weird, gross like texture to it to make it look like she was all like withered up, like she was part of the FNAF 1 crew. This one looks like a proper rendition of the character. Like, it's like it looks exactly like how she looks in the game, and I'm so happy for that. Please, Funko, give us another version of Roxy that looks more game accurate of her being fixed. But with that being said, this pretty much wraps up my look at Ruined Roxy from the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin Funko collectible action figure line. I'm going to be reviewing Ruined Chica pretty soon as well, so stay tuned for that video. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Do take care and have a great night.